ranking the best defensive ends in Madden 25. And boys, we're back here with another tier list update. Today we're going to take a look at the defensive end position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, before we do want to get into the new cards today, I want to take a look at the old tier list where really for me, I'm just going to drop everyone down a singular tier. And I do think it's debatable. Peppers, I can definitely still see in the S tier. I just do think we do have a new level of S tier given some of the cards we're going to cover today. Now, the first card we got today is Black History Month Grady Jarrett. And this card, if we show max ratings right here, goes up to the 94, 76 speed, 82 acceleration with 92 power moves, 81 finesse moves, 95 block shed, 94 impact blocking. For traits, only the bull rush move on yes, meaning he's only going to use this power move rating, will not use finesse moves. And this card, if we do look at his discount abilities, El Toro for 1, no outsiders for 1. Think of him more as a defensive tackle. The speed and excel is what's really lacking on this card. I would say he's on this like C tier level. After that, we get upgradable Arik Armstead, and this card can get up to the 94, and he's 6'7", 290, 90 speed, 89 acceleration with 93 power moves, 79 finesse moves, 91 block shed, 96 impact blocking. For his traits, bull rush and swim move. So worse traits than Grady Jarrett because he's going to use that finesse move rating. And at the 94 overall, he does get some discounts where you can run things like, I guess, like no outsiders for 1, unpredictable for 1, something crazy, double or nothing for 2. Inside stuff for 1, I think is what's nice. Like that's like the one thing that I think is actually a good discount. So for me, the 94 Arik Armstead, I'm also going to place him right by Grady Jarrett in this C tier. And then we're also going to take a look at the fusion cards of Arik Armstead because he gets a Genkai Force card, right? And 96, 6'7", 290, 93 speed, 91 acceleration. That's great. Great power moves, a little bit lower finesse moves, good block shed, good impact blocking, same exact traits yet again, but this card gets a little bit different abilities where for discount, he can go ahead and get double or nothing for 1, goal line stuff for 0, interior threat for 1, edge threat for 2. I don't think it's crazy. I like the Don for 1 though, and for me this Arik Armstead is going to rank by the other 1 AP Don like Joe Klecko, and for me, yeah, that's going to be good enough for an A tier card. Now the interesting one though is actually going to go ahead and be Jamal Williams. So Jamal Williams right here again gets a fusion card, but this card can play defensive tackle with 95 speed, 96 acceleration. The strength isn't there. He's 6'2", 224, and again, like if you look at his defensive stats, they're actually really nice. And again, he gets the same exact abilities as Arik Armstead, right? Like the 1 AP Don. I feel like this is an interesting card. I don't even hate to take that you say he's an S tier player. Like I'm with you, like a 95 speed DT that's super small too. I think this is potentially an S tier player in a lot of like 6-1 style of defenses where sometimes you do the disengage blitz where you want him to like loop over. Like you'd like smaller players with that. And I think situationally, he's definitely an S tier player. It really just depends on your defense, man. I think I'm going to lean him in the S tier just because he's so unique, and like I feel like a ton of different defenses that run that style of pressure, that's where he's S tier. But as a regular base defensive tackle, if you're running like a regular defense, would not say he's S tier. Hopefully that makes sense why I'm placing him in the S tier. Now after that, we get another upgradable card right here, Cameron Jordan. And I got a lot of questions, middle linebacker, outside linebacker, why I didn't talk about Cameron Jordan. Well, we're finally going to talk about him, and I want to tell you guys where I think his role is best. So this card is the best defensive tackle in the game, specifically in disengage style of defenses like the dime 3-2 disengage. This is the best defensive tackle. Let me talk about it. Other than that, I don't love him as a linebacker. I don't love him like as a safety, a corner, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, you name it. I think defensive tackle, defensive end, offensive lineman, or potentially kicker. That's where I would play the card. That's it. That's why didn't really want to talk about him with outside linebacker, didn't really want to talk about him with middle linebacker. And the reason why I'm saying this, okay, let's look at the card. So he's 6'4", 287, 94 speed, 90 acceleration, 92 power moves, 77 finesse moves, 93 block shed, 95 impact blocking, only the bull rush move on yes, so he's only going to use power moves, and also this time for ability. So he is like the one player in the game, right, that can get this stack of defensive tackle. And keep in mind again, the dollar disengage blitz, right? You are placing your defensive tackle in a hook curl, and you are like ramming the guard, allowing your other linebacker to come in free. This card can get the combo lurk artist and mid zone knockout as a defensive tackle. And again, keep in mind for that meta style of pressure, this card is going to be in a zone every play, a defensive tackle. I think that is his best role. I think that is where he is the glitchiest. I think that's where he's the most overpowered. And I think that is why Cameron Jordan is an S tier player. Kind of like what I was saying with Jamal Williams, very specific what defense you run, because just as a base defensive lineman, like if you're in like a big nickel over G type of set, 4-down lineman set, 3-down lineman, or playing him as like a dollar defensive end, I'd say he's more along lines like an A tier player. But specifically using him in that disengage style of defense, he is the best person for that defense. After that, we don't get any more upgradable cards. We just get normal defensive ends. A'Shawn Robinson right here, 6'3", 320, 84 speed, 87 acceleration. Just not really great pass rush at this point, and he does only have the bull rush move on yes, but again, 89 power moves at this point just isn't ideal. This is going to be a card that is in the F tier. And right after that, we get 94 overall Chase Young, and this card is 6'5", 264, 89 speed, 91 acceleration with high finesse moves at 94, 87 power moves, 90 block shed, 94 impact blocking, and for traits has everything you would want on yes. He does have a little bit lower power moves, but abilities on this card right here for Chase Young, he can go ahead and get that edge threat for 2, no outsiders for 1, and secure tackler for 1. Don't think it's crazy discounts at this point. For me, this Chase Young card I think is a tier worse than some of the other cards we covered, like in the A tier. I would place him on like this B tier level. I think he's decent. After that, we get Super Bowl Nolan Smith, and this card is 6'2", 238, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, 94 agility, 94 change of direction, great movement stats, and again, smaller player, kind of like what I was saying with Jamal Williams. Very similar things. I think situationally Nolan Smith is one of the best linemen in the game. 96 finesse moves, 80 power moves, and he does have the bull rush move on yes, 96 block shed, 83 impact blocking as well. And this time for his discount abilities, let's take a look at it. So I would run Fearmonger for 3. It would be no outsiders or secure tackler for 0. I don't hate either which way you go right here. And then on top of that, you can go like edge threat for 1, and I don't hate that either. I think Nolan Smith, just from a core rating standpoint and how this card plays, I would say he's also an S tier player as well. After that, we get another Super Bowl card. We get George Karlaftis. Now, I think this is the best pass rusher in the game. He's 6'4", 263, 90 speed, 97 acceleration with 95 power moves, 89 finesse moves, 97 block shed, 96 impact blocking, has all 3 pass rush traits on yes. And now, when we talk about his ability stack, a lot of people are going to talk about the unstoppable force, but in my opinion, my favorite stack on him, what I really like to run on him, is edge threat for 0, and I like double or nothing for 1. I think that plays better than unstoppable force. I don't know if I'm crazy for that, but that has been the stack where it's like George Karlaftis lives in the backfield, and I've liked that more than unstoppable force. It also is a little bit less AP, but again, he does get unstoppable force. I'm not trying to say that's a bad ability stack at all. I understand why you would run it, and I don't think many people would debate me when I say George Karlaftis is another easy addition, like top into this S tier, one of the best defensive linemen in the game for sure. And after that, we get back-to-back Maxx Crosby's. We're gonna take a look at the 95 first. That is 6'5", 255, 90 speed, 93 acceleration with 95 finesse moves, 86 power moves, 91 block shed, 84 impact blocking. And for traits, all 3 pass rush traits on yes, and abilities on this card: El Toro for 1, Fearmonger for 4, no outsiders for 0. I like the no outsiders for 0. And if we go ahead and pull up the 96 this time, 91 speed, 94 acceleration, again slightly lower power moves, but again all 3 traits on yes, and abilities on the card, they didn't really change. So for me, it's like I feel like both the cards are right by each other, and I think they're both like A tier rushers. Like I don't mind them at all. I'm cool with them being in the A tier, and you can debate placement like I said, but A tier for Maxx Crosby, I do like that. And right after that, we get 96 overall Reggie White, and this card right here is 6'5", 291, 91 speed, 95 acceleration with 92 finesse moves, 97 power moves, 98 block shed, 95 impact blocking. Traits, everything we want on yes besides strip ball, which isn't the end of the world on the defensive line, right? Isn't the end of the world at all. And do I think he's worth this price point? Hell no. But let's take a look at his abilities and everything he can get. So this card can get unstoppable force when you just sack the quarterback 1 time, and also just like base discounts on this card though. You can go ahead and get like double or nothing or edge threat for 1, and then other than that, like I really don't think this card is worth it. Like inside stuff for 1 as well. I don't think he's as good as the Super Bowl cards, like the other ones. Like I really don't. So for me, this Reggie White card, he's severely overpriced as well. And maybe his price point, like maybe you want him to be S tier, but I think he's again like on this A tier level, man. I don't think he's that much better than Joe Flacco, which might be you might think it's a terrible take, but it's like I'm also incorporating his price as well. And for me, it's just like, again, I would rather run all these cards in S tier over him easily. And now final card right here, we did get Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP, 6'5", 270, 91 speed, 95 acceleration with 98 finesse moves, 85 power moves, 93 block shed, 93 impact blocking. And for traits, spin and swim on yes, bull rush on no. This is actually really nice because he's not going to use his power move rating, only going to use that 98 finesse moves. Love that. And also Jason Pierre-Paul right here, if we look at his abilities this time, let's scroll all the way down where he can go ahead and get unpredictable and secure tackler for 0. But I would definitely go edge threat, unpredictable, or secure tackler, but probably edge threat, unpredictable, and then on top of that, you can run a double or nothing too. I do like that. For 3 AP, it seems like a lot, but again, I think it's better than unstoppable force, and a lot of people run that unstoppable force on the D line. So So for me, I love this JPP card. He's going to be another card that I think is deserving of this S tier. And I do think you can debate placement, who you want over who in this S tier. But yeah, boys, this has been my updated thoughts on the defensive end position in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video today, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 25 Ultimate Team content just like this. Now, if you guys do want to go and see me use these cards live on stream, have been streaming on both YouTube and Twitch to watch on YouTube. Make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.